Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage will begin shortly. Your live Weather Authority coverage starts right now.
A little late, but I didn't forget. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all having a nice evening. Of course, today's system is moving out. Tomorrow looks great, and the final in the parade of storms, that one's still slated to arrive on Saturday. No major changes from what we talked about yesterday, but we should probably outline all the different features in this one. We're going to see some snow. We'll see more of a pastier snow near the coastline, fluffier snow over the interior. The wind is going to be an issue. I think there will be some power outages. And we could even see some blizzard conditions for a little while during the morning and midday on Saturday. That is a possibility as well. Most areas get 8 to 12 inches of snow. There might be a few spots that get a little bit more. Let's waste no time and try to outline how this is going to go down. Thanks for joining us tonight on the Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitter. We have snow starting late tomorrow night. Now, a lot of people have been asking me, Charlie, when is the storm going to start? We've been talking about late Friday night. And it's still looking to be very late Friday night, so probably after midnight for a lot of areas. So if your plans take you out and about tomorrow evening, no problems. It's more so after midnight and extending through about 3 a.m. That's when the first flakes will happen for most of southern and central Maine. Now, snow comes to an end early nighttime hours on Saturday. I think the accumulating snow probably ends during the evening. Might take until the early nighttime hours to get the snow to move out completely here. 8 to 12 inches will do it for most. I think there'll be spots that get localized higher amounts. I think there'll be spots that get a little bit less. The farther north and east you go, the less snow you're going to get. I think southern and interior parts of Maine and New Hampshire, there might be a few spots that get over a foot of snow. So power outages, that's something we need to monitor, especially near the coastline. Winds will gust to around 40 miles per hour. We're seeing some signs that coastal areas could see some east and northeast gusts in that 40 mile per hour range, with some light to at times moderate snowfall. If we do get into some heavy bands while we're getting gusts around 40 miles per hour, I think there'll be the potential for some blizzard conditions for a little while during the morning and midday on your Saturday. All right, let's take a look at the snowfall amounts. No real changes from yesterday. The only thing I did is I just put a little bubble of 10 to 14 because I think there will be some spots in this region right here that is the potential for maybe getting over a foot of snow. That's our greatest chance for getting over a foot of snow. We'll probably have to take a look at these numbers again tomorrow. I think most of this area right in here gets 10 to 12. If I had to put a 2-inch window on it. The farther north you go, the lighter snowfall amount you're going to get. In fact, there'll be parts of northern parts of Maine that completely miss out on the snowstorm altogether here. So this is not going to be a big storm in northern parts of Maine. In fact, there'll be a sharp cutoff somewhere between Penobscot Bay and the western mountains of Maine. So Augusta, Waterville area over to the Penobscot Bay area, going up into northern Franklin County, even eastern Franklin County, 5 to 9 will do it there. I think most of the region gets into the 8 to 12 inch range, though. It's going to be a general swath of 10 to 12, I think, with a few spots getting a little bit more than that. That's how we think it's going to go down. All right, we're starting to see the storm materialize. We've been tracking it for a week. It's kind of nice to see it come together. Area of low pressure right here is going to make its way up into the Midwest and Great Lakes. That's going to be up here. That's going to spawn a second area of low pressure down in here. That's my John Madden version of the forecast for you here. Remember, he used to telestrate everything on the football games. Him and Pat Summerall. Got a blocker here, got a blocker here. Actually, the blocker's off to the north. It's a big blocking high, and that's keeping the storm. That's giving us a sizable storm. So what's going to happen is that second low forms and develops and tracks far enough to our south that it keeps the cold air in place. It comes close enough to us that it's going to give us ample amount of moisture. So we should see plenty of snowfall with this one. Now, our greatest chance for maybe getting some sleet mixed in, that's something we haven't talked about. The potential for some sleet. If there weren't any sleet, it would be down in here. That is a possibility. I think it's looking like a low possibility right now, but I wouldn't be shocked to see maybe some sleet developing in York County in southern New Hampshire. If that happens, that will hold totals down a bit there. But again, starts midnight to 3 a.m. Saturday. That's first flakes. Last flakes will be early Saturday night. Sunday will dig out 8 to 12 for most. And again, power outages will be something we need to monitor pretty closely. I think the strongest winds will be near the coast. We'll get gusts around 40 miles per hour. You might get some peak gusts a little over 40 miles per hour. And if you have a pasty consistency of the snow, it's possible we could be looking at some outages. You know, the pasty snow kind of weighs down some of the tree limbs. Hopefully it's a drier snow. I mean, low 30s, and it's not going to be sloppy or anything like that. It's not going to be like today's snow after a little bit of rain on top. It's pretty sloppy, which, by the way, we have temps falling below freezing tonight. Any wet surfaces on untreated roads, those are going to be freezing up. So be mindful of that. It's not just the road, it's the sidewalk, the driveway, the parking lot. Be mindful of that. Sidestep, that one gets me. Look for some sun to return tomorrow. Tomorrow looks beautiful. I think we're going to see unlimited sunshine to start the day, but clouds will be increasing during the afternoon. We should be making a run at 40 degrees tomorrow. Those clouds will just dim the sun late in the day. Okay, here's the leading edge of some of that snow. It's trying to get in here tomorrow night, and that's midnight. So let's highlight midnight to 3 a.m. for first flakes for most areas. Notice those dark blues. Those indicate some heavy bands of snow. And that's probably going to be the window of our heaviest accumulations as well. Now, if this lines up, which I think it might, with some of our strongest winds out of the east-northeast here, we may be looking at a couple hours of blizzard conditions for a while. Now, for blizzard warning criteria, you would need winds gusting or sustained 35 miles per hour or greater. You would need visibility down to a quarter mile or less due to falling or blowing snow. You need that to happen for 3 hours or more. And my guess is we don't reach that, but I could see us reaching that for maybe an hour or two. It's possible. We'll see. But either way, though, it's going to be a pretty impactful storm as far as the snow goes and the wind goes. So the back edge moves out Saturday night. Sunday looks mostly cloudy. And I think we'll make a run at 40 degrees on your Sunday. So Sunday looks to be the warmest day, or seasonable day, we'll call it. Most seasonable day we have in the forecast here. So here we are again, 8 to 12 inches. We'll do it for most areas here. We'll talk more about this map tomorrow night when we meet on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Once again, best chance for maybe getting into overfoot is going to be in that little window right there. There's going to be a sharp cutoff up into central Maine where we get about 5 to 9 inches of snow. Northern Maine, extreme northern Maine, may not see a flake out of this. So it's one of those, there will be a very sharp cutoff. And the modeling still hasn't resolved. It's north-south cutoff at this point. So I think that, that's something we need to keep an eye on here. I mean, if this trend goes farther south, well, yeah, we would have to lower totals. If it comes farther north, we'd have to introduce a little bit more, some sleet. And there may be some sleet in this zone right in here. That's a possibility. We'll see. But right now, I think it's mostly snow for most of the area. Winds will be strongest at the coastline. Let's take a look at winds for a moment. Winds will be ramping up on Saturday, particularly during the morning. And I think it's late morning through about midday. In that window right there, there is the potential we're going to get some northeasterly gusts around 40 miles per hour. And notice our strongest winds are going to be felt along coastal areas. So if this lines up with some heavy bands of snow, yeah, blizzard conditions, that is certainly a possibility. Remember, you need the wind and the snow criteria, and the visibility criteria, and the length, 3 hours to reach that blizzard warning criteria. Oh man, I got to get rid of that. There we go. Look for the wind to die off as we go into Saturday night. So the wind will eventually calm down. And I think there will be some outages. My only hope is the temperature stays low 30s and it's not really pasty. If it's just a drier snow, which is a very good possibility here. If it's a drier snow, especially inland, where it's a drier snow there, I mean, yeah, that wind can blow it around and won't cause any problems. But if it becomes a pastier snow, that may become some issues simply because it sticks to the tree limbs and the power lines and things like that. So something to keep an eye on over the next couple of days. So let's enjoy tomorrow. We're in that every other day snowstorm pattern. We had one today. We had one 2 days ago. We're going to have one on Saturday. 7-day, things quiet down next week. Could be some snow showers on Tuesday, some rain showers on Wednesday, or rain and snow showers Wednesday inland, but no big storms next week. And yeah, I think the maple sugaring season returns next week. Look at that. We have a warmer temperatures, 30s and 40s for daytime highs, and we have nighttime temperatures below freezing, which is perfect to get the sap to run once again. I know a lot of folks might be wondering, what's happening with the maple sugaring season. And It has not run at all over the last couple of, actually last week or so, last week and a half, just because it's been so cold. It's been wild, right? All right. Hopefully I've answered a lot of your questions here. Maybe we can outline some of the questions. Looks like we got about 17 or so. Sandy says, thanks for keeping us informed or updated. Oh, hey, Sandy, thank you. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Charlie, how about 8 to 12 inches of bass fishing lures instead? All right, Troy, you want to go fishing? We'll have to wait until the spring to actually, maybe we'll do ice fishing soon. But yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, the summertime. I have visions of doing a little bass fishing this summer as well. Maybe some striper fishing. We'll see. I thought Christian said snow ends after 3 p.m. It's probably, I think it ends during the early nighttime hours Saturday, Jim. But the accumulating snow may come to an end at some point during the late afternoon, evening. It's one of those where, remember yesterday it was snowing? Was that yesterday? I don't even know. Let me think. Today we had a storm. All right, so 2 days ago we had a storm, and it was snowing late in the day, and towards the end of the storm, it really wasn't accumulating too much. It might be one of those situations. So, how about the winds in Sanford? How bad? Not too bad, Kathy. I think you'll get some gusts, maybe around 30 miles per hour, 25, 30. And you should, my guess is it'll be a little fluffier. It's not going to be a pasty snow farther inland. So that's the only thing we can hope for. If this ends up being a pasty snow, forget it. There'll be a lot of outages, I think, just given the wind. And those outages will be most felt at the coastline. So I hope that answers your question. But yeah, Sanford could get a good little storm out of this one. Let's see here. Debbie's up next. What do we got here? Thank you for keeping. Oh, hello, Debbie. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Happy to keep everyone informed. That's what I do. I love forecasting the weather here in Maine. Storms traveling west. Oh, Chad's here. My buddy Chad. What's up, Chad? Are storms traveling west to east any easier or harder to forecast than ones moving south to north? Good question. I don't think so. I think they're all kind of hard to forecast around here. This one, I guess, good question. So I guess what's happening a lot of times when we get these secondary developments, if you get a storm that comes up through the Great Lakes and you get a secondary development that comes and shoots out into the ocean, the storms are always going to want to find a redevelopment as soon as they hit the warmer ocean waters off of what's anywhere between Delmarva, the Chesapeake Bay region, and maybe up through Long Island Sound. And that's what's happening with this one. Now, it's not going to be wrapped up as a major nor'easter or anything like that as it comes up into the Gulf of Maine. I don't think we're going to get any widespread flooding issues or anything like that. There is a 9 a.m. high tide. I did check on that on Saturday, but it's not running astronomically high. It's 9 feet, and flood stage in Portland is 12 feet. So we'll probably have a tide of around 10, maybe a little over 10 feet, maybe 11 feet. We'll have to see, but splash over is a possibility. But I got off topic here. Chad, I don't think so, buddy. I think they're all kind of tricky, and each has their own individual storm track, which is kind of unique in Maine, New Hampshire. But yeah, the trickiest ones to forecast are like those mesoscale features that we call them those Norland troughs or inverted troughs. I was thinking about that the other day. We haven't had one this season. And I'm fine with that. Those are a pain in the butt to forecast. They're exciting to watch, but they're almost guaranteed to bust somewhere. Hello, Debbie. It sounds like the Moors are watching. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. No sleet, Don says. I don't want sleet either. Bring it on, Eric. All right. All right. We talked to Chad. Thanks for checking in again, Chad. I appreciate that. Weather guessing again. Yep, you got it, Todd. That's what we do. We guess the weather. So is the loaf out of the 8 to 12? I think so. I mean, the only thing that might save you on the 8 to 12 there, Klein, at the loaf is fluff factor. It's going to be significantly colder there. So we could get some really good ratios the farther north you are. So yeah, check in tomorrow. We'll take a look. Right now I have the loaf from 5 to 9. Hope that goes up, but that's the way it looks. Barbie, hello to you. Warm and snowy day in Sydney. Oh, they got 4 inches in Sydney. All right, perfect. We'll miss Saturday's going to the Cam AM. All right. going to, so you're going to miss it. So check out the webcam then. That sounds good. I'm glad you got 4 inches of snow. Enjoy the new snow. Tomorrow looks great. We've been kind of jumping over tomorrow. Tomorrow's a beautiful day. Hello, Derek. Hello, Jennifer. Riding all day tomorrow and hopefully, oh, John. Hey, John, one of our weather watchers, young John Walker up in Bethel. Good to see you. You'll be riding all day, so he will be snowboarding. John, enjoy the snowboarding tomorrow. And I know you are a fellow maple sugar developer, or gosh, what's the word? Farmer? I don't know. You like to make maple syrup. So I know John probably has his trees tapped or getting ready to tap his trees. So good luck with that. Barbie says, oh, hold on a sec. Oh, I just messed something up. There we go. Can AM sled dog. Oh, that's what's happening. AM sled dog races. Wow. I want to see pictures of this, Barbie. If you're checking out some AM sled dog races, I want to see pictures. I think that stuff's fascinating. Will it be fluffy snow or wetter snow in central Maine? Fluffy snow for you, Larry. Wetter snow at the coastline. What's Auburn looking like for totals? You're an 8 to 12, Glenn. Hope that helps. 8 to 12. Hello. Wow, we're hearing from Sebec, Maine. A little bit less for you, Jane, but wow, that's I like the picture, your profile picture there. That is beautiful. Let's all go to Jane's house and jump off that dock. Can I have the invite to come to your house or wherever that picture was taken? That looks beautiful. Summer scenes. Nice to see. Will Brunswick get more rain or snow? Brunswick's going to get all snow. I think you'll be good, Monique. You're in the 8 to 12 in Brunswick. Yes. Stay safe, everyone, Judy says. Looking forward to summer. Everybody's talking about summer. Oh, she doesn't like winter. All right. All right, Judy. I like it. Thanks for the message. How many inches Old Orchard Beach? 8 to 12. I think you're probably 10 to 12. That's my guess. You might get a few spots around Old Orchard Beach, get a little bit more. We'll see. If you hold off the sleet, I think you'll be on the upper end of that. Snowshoeing time, Debbie says. Bodenham. All right, Bodenham. Ooh, that's tricky up there, Bodenham. Either the lower end of the 8 to 12 or up to the end of the 5 to 9, Sharon. How much snow, Old Orchard Beach? Oh, I just got that one. Okay, 8 to 12, probably the upper end. Charlie from the outskirts of Auburn towards Gray. Thanks for keeping us up to. Oh, hello, Sandy. Thank you very much. All right, bass. All right, we're back to bass fishing again. All right, let's talk about bass fishing as the summer rolls on here as we get closer. So, thank you everybody for checking in tonight. And I think I've wasted enough of your what's today? Thursday evening. All the days blend together. It's like you look outside, it's snowing every day. One of these days, I'm not even going to show up on these updates here, and you're going to be like, "Wow, there's no storms." So next week's going to be that week. All right. I hope everybody has a nice night, and we'll have more updates first thing. At CBS 1311, Fox 23 at 10, and meteorologist Christian Bridges is in first thing tomorrow morning for Good Day Maine. He'll have the latest information there. And my guess is that we'll have to fine tune this. We get a little bit closer. We're still a couple days out here. So, all right. Take care, everyone. Have a nice night.